The federal government, the federal law, the state law also states in order for these special ed children to be educated, must be highly qualified teachers. It doesn't say that our teachers must be non-certified. I'm a parent of 2 special needs children who require a specialized education and individualized service and accommodation modifications. Okay? So I think that should be your route to the federal government. It needs to be a complaint, a class action complaint filed with them so that maybe they can do that forensic audit and then money won't come out of the pocket of the people who have to provide for it. Now, as it relates to that question that's on that yellow sheet, I think it's related to what, policies and procedures?
We're trying to find it. What, her card?
Yeah, she pulled up my name. Okay.
By the way, Ms. Nicholson is a plaintiff on our federal case.
There's a plaintiff on her federal case.
And I'm just hurt to hear that our board does not have the authority to make decisions within our school system. See, one of the questions I had was, what authority does a DPS staff person have to step out of their lane, outside of their title, if their title is special education compliance? How does that relate to a Section 504 director and compliance person if they are in 2 different entities? And what policy or what is it that allows this person who's not in that particular lane to step outside of her lane to produce or act as if they have the authority to make decisions without their title and job description? Am I asking the question correctly?
No, yeah, I am. I'd like to respond to that too, because one of the things that we have, even as an elected board, we don't have access to any information, so we have to FOIA everything. We have to put in Freedom of Information Act. And one of the things that is not accounted for,
and I guess
one of the things that is not accounted for in the mismanagement of the district's money is the millions and millions in lawsuits that have been filed by parents and individual families for the denial of their children having special ed services. Those are the things that have been denied. When we had a meeting in Lansing last month, one of the special ed people who stood up and said that they laid off 5 people in that department who were responsible for deploying the teachers to the district. The teachers, these clericals were the people who do that work, so the teachers did not get sent into the classrooms. When the parents complained and various lawsuits ensued, then emergency manager went to Wayne Risa and demanded that they place special ed teachers in the classrooms because the money had been spent otherwise out of DPS. When this happened, Wayne Risa agreed to do it and billed the district $17 million for 1 month of teachers that were sent. And where did the money go that was allocated from special ed for the teachers? We have no idea. That's why they don't want an audit. But what you're talking about, when teachers make these decisions, there's no oversight. And people do respond by filing lawsuits. They do respond and fight for their children. They move them out of the district. They do everything that they can. They move them from charter to charter to charter, back to DPS. And all of this is a terrible hardship on the family. But in the meantime, the district is hemorrhaging money because they simply don't care.
And we had a child die too.
That's what I wanted to make a comment on.
And my daughter, who's 9, was handcuffed and drugged across the floor, who has scars all amongst her arms and her elbows. And I had to file a police report, but I was told that it is the security's job, and they have the right to do whatever means necessary to put a child down. And that security officer told me again, they will do it again. So, and they are doing it. I see Cash Tech has an issue.
They kept a lot of stuff quiet from us.
I agree. I've witnessed some of the incidents just recently with the police when they had a hearing on the parent, and the security is totally unprofessional and they're totally out of line. And there's nothing we can do about it. That's the first thing of a police state. I mean, they're totally out of line. they're mishandling students. They're admitting that they're doing it. And I asked him, is this part of your training? And then he clammed up because one officer took a pipe and hit a student, a parent, and others. He said he just picked it up. They said it was a baton that extended. And because the child didn't move quick enough away from the door when she was on the phone. And so, you know, they're totally unprofessional. They don't have a relationship with the students. And this was in a hearing that I happened to go on behalf of a parent.
Are you